I'm Mike.
I'm Kat.
I'm Jay.
And today we're going to be reviewing Legend of Zelda, SKYWARD SWORD.
Where's the box?
Oh, I forgot it! I screwed up.
Hey!
I'm gonna play too.
Oh, rock the Casbah.
Rock the Casbah.
But I got that game! Comes with the Orchestra 25th
Don't
anniversary.
show that code.
And the winner of Zelda Skyward Sword is...
I don't know how to read this guy's name.
Just try, it's funny when you try.
Wingarus. Let's
Alright.
go to the mall. Let's go singing.
So, everyone's been waiting for this goddamn game. This is like the last Nintendo Wii game you're ever going to see.
Motion Plus with it?
Actually, at E3, it failed miserably. They're like, here's the Beetle.
No, I wasn't that impressed with Twilight Princess. It was a great game, but for the franchise, it wasn't the greatest Zelda. A lot of improvements in here, and thank God it uses the Wii Motion Plus.
Oh my gosh.
In my personal opinion, this is the first Zelda game on the Wii. Yes, Twilight Princess was before this, but Twilight Princess was actually developed for GameCube.
And I think it's the first game to use the Wii Motion Plus controls to the best degree. At first I thought it was just going to be like going like this, but no, you actually have to think about like, well, if I slice from the right, then his sword won't be blocking it. And this one I need to do an angle, and this one I need to stab and jab him.
You
It's
know, like
so
this.
good, and the controls are great. They're pretty easy to use.
Didn't you guys think that the controls, when it got, you know, when you progressed in the game and it got harder and harder and there's more enemies, it wasn't as responsive as it should have been? You moved too quickly and it didn't do anything.
And
or,
instead of
like,
slicing like this and this, it would go like this.
it's an amazing way to play a game, but it's not perfect. This is as best the Wii Motion Plus can be. You want to go like that really quick, but they can't keep up with you, what you're doing.
If you get too excited, you go like this, and Link sometimes will actually kill everyone on the screen, and you didn't even mean to do that.
I'd explain to your roommates though when you're playing it. So you're going like this, you're stabbing it, you're going like, and you're going, oh no!
Yeah.
Oh!
Once again, the best Wii game that you'll ever get. The last we want to see on the system as well.
We don't want to see anymore.
Bring out the Wii U.
So this is the 16th in the series of Zelda. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
This is the prequel to Ocarina of Time. It lets you know about the story of the Master Sword, the origins of it. As well, it tells you all about Ganondorf and his background as well, which is cool. And I thought he was portrayed really well in this game.
Most flamboyant villain of all time.
Yeah.
I have nothing against the gays, but this guy is a flamer. The beginning reminded me of Avatar because you have a bird that's only for you, just like in Avatar. Knight's training, just like Avatar. I'm not saying it's copying from Avatar.
It also felt like Harry Potter a little.
A little bit.
And like they like jump off the side and go and grab their bird.
The beginning of the game takes place in the sky.
Skyloft.
Zelda is not a continuous storyline. They're only spiritual sequels. There's never been an actual
It's supposed
sequel.
to be like reincarnations.
The timeline of Zelda has never been explained. I don't think they ever will explain it.
And this time they've gotten rid of being in dungeons constantly, and they've
Yeah.
changed it. You're in forests a lot more often, and tons of other different landscapes that you're adventuring on, and you know, figuring out puzzles to and whatnot.
Now, is that enough to make the game innovative?
It starts to, but
No.
also you have the controls that are fantastic and make that innovative.
This franchise needs to do, and they have to let this go, is they have to give Link a voice, and not Link a voice, but the characters surrounding him a voice. I know it's nostalgia, but I'm sick of reading the story. I know it sounds very shallow, but I want to hear the voices of these characters.
would.
The relationship between Zelda and Link in the first hour, the most intimate I've seen them on screen ever. She's got a huge crush on him.
Yeah.
And they're about to sort of like get together, and then, you know, something happens, you gotta go save her. Zelda herself is an adventurer. So you're not trying to save her as much as you're trying to just find her and see where she is. Oh, she's in distress, help the poor. You know, it's not really about
It's not
that.
like Peach, where she's just a little girl getting taken advantage of.
The first hour of the game, it's slow. You're like, get to the friggin' point.
Oh my God.
Let's get my sword.
That first
let's
hour,
fight.
I was almost like, ugh.
Imagine how much more interesting it would be if it was more cinematic. There was voices, there was actors playing
Yeah,
these
instead of
parts.
that-
It is the most cinematic Zelda game ever made.
But
It
imagine
is.
how much more intimate that scene
Well,
would be if they had voices
yes,
talking to each other.
I can say that if it had voice acting, it
Yeah.
would bring the series to this ridiculous level.
Fix the pacing issues that I have with this game. You're
Exactly.
having fun, and then all of a sudden you're onto a character, and you're like, don't really care what he's saying, trying to skip.
And you're like, come on,
And
faster,
this is
faster.
not important. So it's
Yeah,
just-
but that
it's like
means you weren't really that drawn into the story.
No, more drawn into it if it was given to me quicker. Like when you pick up a red ruby, you know it's 20 rubies after the 80th time. And
Yeah,
it
I
keeps
know.
telling you.
It's not about nostalgia. It's about where Zelda came from in the beginning, where the franchise came from.
It needs to let go.
Well,
think,
Or it needs to have
agree.
an option to skip if you want.
Yeah.
I think it needs to have voices with the characters. Affects the game for me. Get Roseanne Barr did the voice.
Yeah, you don't
Rosie
want him
O'Donnell.
talking
Yeah.
anyways. Like,
Hello, Zelda!
Link!
This is the first Zelda game you want to go back and play and play and play again, not because it's a great game, but because you want to collect all of the different bugs.
But I don't think you're going to play it right away, right after, because you're not wondering, ooh, I wonder how the story would turn out differently, because it's not one of those kinds of stories. It's a 40-hour game, so I don't think it's a renter unless you're one of those gamers who can just game right through the week.
I wouldn't play it again. I've got plenty of bugs in my life. In the bed.
There is a new addition. There's the whip. That was kind of fun, and of course, you have the motion.
You're using your tools differently than any other game.
You can upgrade them.
You can bring them back to the Skyloft and get them upgraded. Using these cool tools with the Wii
Hey,
Motion Plus
that's
for
a good
the first
show.
time.
Cool
The
tools.
thing we should bring up is the graphics. It's sort of a cross between Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. They sort of jam them together, and it's probably the best looking Zelda game we've
It looks
seen.
good, and they have
Best
almost like an
looking Wii game,
impressionist
sure.
kind of thing happening sometimes. There's also a stamina meter for dashing and for climbing up walls. Also
Looks
for
like my
swordplay.
nipple.
When you hold the rush button up to the wall, he now sprints up the wall and grabs the ledge or just jumps up. Hanging on cliffs going around trees or sorry, the mountains, he actually has a certain limited amount of stamina, and if you don't get over there in time or collect one of the little stamina fruits, you'll fall to your death. That's never happened in a Zelda game, and it gives it a new strategy level that you've never seen.
I really like that. You really have to pace yourself. The maps are also really easy to read. I think they've improved the maps a lot.
Oh
I
yeah,
really like that.
This little character called, what's her name?
Five.
Fi?
Or five?
Fee-Fi-Fo. She pops out of the sword, she lives in there, and she's artificial intelligence. She's sort of like a
You
computer
gotta hit
program.
down.
Down on the D-pad.
Down on the D-pad.
I would say the most annoying side character out of the whole franchise.
She'll tell you your objective, which for me, she'll tell you.
Listen! She would pop out when I wanted her to.
She's actually really useful. She, like, you can ask her for your objective again, which for me is really important because I keep skipping through all of the text. You can also ask for hints.
You turn your sword into the sort of dowsing rod, and you point at the screen, and if Zelda's nearby, it'll blink more.
And you can choose a different target though too. You can
Hearts.
choose Zelda
Yeah.
or these kiwi things.
Puzzle pieces.
Those
or-
are cute. No, hot or colder. Hot. Oh, there she is. Go that way.
And controlling the golden flying beetle is a lot of fun. It's very innovative.
So Jay, what is your final score?
Graphics look amazing. The story is as good as Link to the Past, but not Ocarina of Time quality. It's not the best Zelda game ever made. Get real, deal with it. Fee, or whatever the hell her name is annoying at times. Overall, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's not a perfect game by all means. It's not a 10 out of 10 like everyone's thinking I would give it. It's definitely a must-own for the system.
I thought that there was huge pacing issues with this game. It's way too stop and go for me. Though we praised the controls, if you move too fast, the Wii Motion just can't handle the speed. I give it 8.5 out of 10. I feel like this game is too late. It should have came out 2 years ago.
Cat Chat, link in the underbar to your personal channel. I have a personal channel too, link in the underbar. Mike has one too. What is it this week?
It's cockbite still.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to agree with Mike. I would give it an 8.5. I really liked it. The story was great, but the pacing, especially at the beginning, just killed me. And stop go. When you get in a long conversation about something, you're just like, come on, let me skip this, please, for God's sake. I love the controls. So much fun. All the puzzles were awesome. I love puzzle games like this, adventure and everything. The upgrade system is great. The graphics for a Wii are wonderful, but the pacing just killed me. And then the little bit of stickiness with the motion control sometimes was frustrating.
You sure that was motion control?
Snap. If you only have a Wii this Christmas, this is the game to get.
I want to play as Zelda, saving Link.
Yeah.
First person shooter.
Yep. And I want Master Chief to fuck me anally.
Punch it.
Did you ever come home and find anything gross like that?
She said that pubes are
Was she on the
everywhere.
couch going, oh, hello.
No, she had a lot of dildos.
Big ones?
Yeah.
Let
Some
me
of them
get-
were flesh colored, some of them were purple.
Some with chicken pox.
This is the first game using the Motion Plus. What?
Just looking up at you is weird. See right up that straight ass nose.
3 kilobytes.